Welcome everyone. We're going to be filling up this little, I'm going to say handmade journal because thank you, Nancy. It's so true. I always say junk journal, but really it is handmade because I don't really use junky things. I usually buy collections or, something related to that. So if you're not into junk journaling, you can obviously do this with scrap paper. I'm just going to kind of take it into a little twist. I use like both of my items. So I'm just going to do some of the pages today. So if you have not seen my previous video, which I promise to link because it's really important for this video, I had made this book and this little journal, and we had done this page. So I'm basically going to start with kind of where we left off at and go from there. And it's really just simple things, but I'll just kind of show you what I did. So again, this is what we made in the last one, and you can see it's pretty empty, and we're just going to go ahead and like kind of fill it up together. So, but I did some really cool little fun things in here, and I cannot wait to share them. They're just all simple. So really basic. I mean, nothing crazy. Just things that I kind of was like, what can we do here? So let me bring this down a little bit. And I'm going to be using all sorts of things, ink, tape, just pieces of, little die pieces and things like that. So this page looks pretty plain because I had this little thing on it. So basically what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of washi and some, by the way, I had everyone asked, I assumed, I'm so sorry you guys, I assume everyone knows where these pads are from because I've done quite a few hauls like this, but these are like Temu pads. I get them from Temu, and they're super thin little paper, so if you don't have any, that's where I usually get them from. They sell them all over. There's even people with paper kits that have these kind of things if you don't like to order overseas. All right, so I had a haul yesterday. I'm using some of my washi tape, and this one is so pretty. So I'm gonna kind of just start it off with just adding some washi on this page right here, just because it's kind of plain and boring. So we're just gonna fill it up. I had to dive right into this when I saw this washi. And of course, this doesn't even have to be perfectly straight or anything because we can kind of just wing it. It's supposed to look a little bit messy, right? But this washi, and FYI, I know not this, I get this from the washi tape shop, and they always give me a code with this. But when I want to say, this washi does not like peel off, come off. Sometimes when you order overseas, it will do that if the quality is not good. This has been sitting in my journal like a few days now, and you can see nothing comes off. And it's not the pet tape, it's the actual washi tape. And by the way, this journal is just made with regular, copy paper that I use for my printer. So that's basically what I'm using, this whole thing. Of course I should have, again, tea dyed it, but I didn't. So for this, I am just going to tear some of this off because that's basically what I did for this. So I just look through here and find something. Could even make it a little bit more lively instead of lettering, like using one of these, but I'm going to use the lettering today. I guess let's just use this, right? It's sitting right here. And I'm just going to tear a little shred off. Kind of just process this. I wasn't sure. I personally like watching people decorate their things, so I'm glad you guys want to watch this. And I'm just tearing it just to make it fit my page here. And then I'll just blend it in a bit with the ink, whichever one I pick up here. So this is a little bit darker than the other paper, but I think it'll look fine. And you can always dress it up with other things too. So I'm just going to glue this down. Sorry, I'm a lefty, so I always tilt my paper. Just kind of do that, and I'm just going to break it up with some ink. And I am going to use, going back to my vintage photo here, just because I feel like it needs a harsher edge here. And I am going to grab some of my gold sticker washi tape and add that on because I feel like it makes everything look so much prettier when you just add that tiny little bit of gold on there. And just pop that on here. So that's basically what I did for this. This is a little bit darker. I should have used a little bit of a lighter paper because I like that, but that's basically the concept that I did. And we already did this page together. So if you did your book like mine, this is kind of how it will turn out. And you notice here, so you're probably like, wait a minute, I have my vellum and you don't. And that's because I added a little page. So if you want to add a page to your journal, I'm going to kind of move this down a little bit. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just totally zoomed out. All right, here we go. So I'm going to make sure this doesn't fall. Okay, so what I did here, and I'm sticking with this. So the last journal we made, it was 5x8, right? So I'm gonna stick with the 5x8 sizing, and this, especially if you have like a collection you want to use, let's just pretend I'm not using copy paper and you want to add something in your journal. I'm just going to fold this 5x8 paper, and basically what I'm doing is so we can add more to our journal, and we're going to create a pocket with that. So that's what I did here. And I'm using a little, you can either, you know, punch the top or the side and make your little pocket. So that's just a fun way to add another page or add more to your thing. Now I've got to be smart about this because this is not going to punch right because it's so thin. So let me find a piece of cardboard real quick, or not cardboard, just something to punch it. I'm so glad you guys gave me that tip. I don't know why I never thought of that. Like the OGs of scrapbooking know what to do. So that's what you do, your little trick if the paper's too thin. And then I'm going to just glue it on, and then you're going to have that extra little insert right there. So I'm just going to ink this up just a little bit, and I meant to tea stain some of these papers before, so I didn't have to kind of do this process, but I guess it's fun because maybe you don't have tea and you just want to do something quick like this. Maybe I'll try to do it by the next journal. Oh wait, no, this is the page. So yeah, it's going to show this page too. So I'll go back to it. I just want to show you so there's a little bit of contrast. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this into my page right here. So you're not really wasting that page when we glue on, you're just making like a little pocket out of it. And I did a pocket on the top. And just add that in there. Okay, and then you have this fun little extra page right here. That there is in fact a pocket, just so you can kind of see. And then you've got that extra little thing right here going on. And you can see here, this is just simple. I just used some little torn pages and just kind of added onto it. So I have something kind of torn up on my desk I'm going to use. And you can layer it up. I did layer this one. Actually, I have a little piece behind it. Let me see if I can find something. So hold on. I did something like this, and then I layered it on. So let me glue this down first. I might have to re-glue that. And put this here. And hopefully this hasn't dried yet. I think it's a little wet still. Ooh. And just added that on here. You know what, I'm gonna cut some of this off so I don't cover that. So you can at least see the layers, right? Okay, that is too rounded. So just like that, and then I just kind of inked it a bit. And I've just got some of these dies from the collection. You can just pop it on there, and you can just see it kind of comes together as you layer. And if you need to just add some more ink as you go along, just color it in kind of so the page isn't too, you know, too neon on you. And here I used some of that pretty washi that I got, which is cool because if you didn't see my haul video, they're like little stickers and it's so neat. But look, don't they look just like something you've painted. I think that's so cool. So I'm going to, this one looks pretty. I used those little ducks before. But this instantly adds a really like vintagey cottage look to your paper without even having to peel magazines or whatever. And then I added a piece of gold, of course. I'm gonna add this pretty little gold piece right here. And oh, that's what I did. So I actually added a little punch right here, just to make it a bit fun when you turn the page. So you can add a little notch. You don't have to do this part, obviously. Just when you close it, there's just a little notch right there. So that is how I created that. And then you have your little pocket page. So from here, you kind of just going. And this side, and in my haul, if you missed it, I got, I forget who it was that mentioned these cool scissors, which are kind of like a no fringe. I think they help not fringing your fabric. So they have these little kind of squares in them for sewing. Like Bandit comes home and they use the scarves on this just to cut the fabric. So I basically just cut this out. They actually are hard to use. I don't know if I'm supposed to spray this with oil, but I mean, it's not, I think it's just the size of it is wonky. So if you have a hard time with cutting because maybe your hands aren't strong or maybe arthritis, something like that, these are really tough, okay? So I just want to warn in case you do have any sort of hand problem, because my hands are pretty decent and this is really hard for me. I mean, they're not tough. They're just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a lefty. That may be it. So I basically just did that and covered this, which it's, this one looks prettier. So maybe we can layer this with something else as we go along, because this is kind of blah. I'm going to probably put something over it. Maybe we can find some tape. I'm just not into the too much of a gold tone. I like it to be a little beige. Let me see some of this tea ink. I know, don't yell at me. I'm going to use the same thing because I don't mind it a little mixed on my brushes because they're kind of the same tone. It's not like I'm using aqua and purple on this, right? So yeah, that's a little too plain for me. This is a bit, so let's see if we can fix that. And I did use some, I have a bunch of like little scraps here too. So don't throw these away after you're done doing it. Just keep them around because you don't know if you're gonna, you can add them on here, you know what I mean? Just to like break this up so it doesn't look so boring. I just add little pieces. I wonder if there's any pretty photos in here that we can use. I mean, they're all really pretty. That garden seems neat. Maybe we'll try and use that. I don't know. Or maybe, oh wait, here, I have some flower ones. Actually, this one's calling my name right here. Let's see how this looks on here. I have to say, I don't love experimenting while I'm filming. So that's probably why I don't do videos like this, because it makes me nervous. I don't want them to be like, oh, what is she doing? So that actually looks really pretty and breaks this up. I wonder what else we could do to break up that look. Maybe I just got to ink it a little bit darker. Let me get some of that vintage photo out and kind of run it a little bit more. Yeah, I just need to fill that white spot. You know what I mean? It was too much. So there, that looks much better. Okay, guys, we fixed it. And you could even add some more of these around. I think that would be pretty too. A lot of people say the toughest part is decorating, but for me, it's the easiest. For me personally, it's coming up with some of this that can be a bit tough, just to come up with the idea of what to do. All right, so now we have this, and you can see pretty easily what I did, right? I just took my vellum, I had this extra sheet, and I'm like, I could decorate the vellum, or I can use it as a pocket. And I just picked this pretty pink vellum, And I'm just going to, you know, make it a little pocket. So you could, because we already did add onto a page, so it's not like we're losing a page. And you can just do that. And now the back was plain, right? So I was like, no, I need to do something with that. So basically I'm going to just take some of the washi and kind of just go across with it and get this little back page. So it looks a bit decorated. Hold on, I need to cut some of this off. I love this washi. Okay, this is gonna be messy, you guys, for a minute. And don't worry about it being perfect because the pocket will be closed. Ooh, that's lumpy. Hold on, this is hard to do on camera. Let me cut this. I'm gonna cut a piece off. Just snip this right off if that gets out of my way. And I usually go back and trim it, so I just kind of do it sloppy. And then I go back to it. And I'm gonna do, and I did wrinkle that a bit, but it's fine. I'm gonna close the pocket. I don't think anyone's gonna notice. And this kind of doesn't fit the page exact, so I'm leaving a little space. Did I just make that crooked again? I did. But again, it's fine, it will hide. I would do this more perfect if I wasn't on camera because it's just hard. I need this kind of up to my face. So anyway, oh, there is a space there. I better hide that. I wonder if I can take this off and pull it up. I didn't realize it was going to show so much. If I tear this page, I don't think I will because the washi is pretty gentle. So leave your space on the bottom, not on the top. And then that's going to give you that. So that looks really nice. And I did not glue this. I think I taped this, but just to speed it up, I'm just going to glue it. And because it's washi, it really sticks nice. And don't worry, I'm going to trim this. This is a mess over here. So just at the end, after you do that, don't worry. I'm going to go over here and just trim it up. And since it's washi, it comes off pretty easy. So yeah, you have this pretty little pocket here. But isn't that nice? And as you see, I just added a little piece of like scrap here, which you don't have to do. I don't know, just a little extra something. But if you want to, you can add like just a little ripped piece. Maybe you could write something on it, like the date or whatever it is that you have in there. I'm gonna pop mine on there. Yeah, I think that would be nice. So what year is it? 2024. So you could easily put something like that in here and just like write it. Believe it or not, when I'm not rushing, I actually have nice handwriting. You guys would never know it because of the way I film. I don't like messy handwriting, but when you're filming, it's like you don't have a choice. So, and then you can just add whatever you want in there. So just a fun idea. It kind of, you don't even want to add anything in there because you don't want to cover up your washi tape. All right, let's just do one more kind of a quick thing here. And then I'm going to do probably another video, a part 2 of this, because I have to pick my little guy up from tennis camp. So, okay, let me see here. So this one, I am going to add more washi. Sorry if you don't love washi as much as I do, but this is just too pretty not to use. So let me see which one I want to use. I don't think I used this one yet. You know what? I want some color. I'm going to use this one that I just used because it's so pretty and I already cut a piece. So I'm going to add this on the end. This is especially if you have a bunch of blank pages and you just don't know what to do with them. But of course, if your pages are decorated already, then you don't have to worry about that, right? So I'm going to cut that and trim it off. And just ink it up a little bit. Sorry, this is a very messy thing for me to be messing with this tape. But luckily it's not the pet tape I'm using right now. That one is very messy. I just start sticking to everything. But it sticks so well, I can't complain. All right, and then you'll notice I have the little flap here, right? So especially, okay, obviously in the real world, if you wanted to do this with a journal, you could extend your paper and have it fold. But let's say you, I don't know, just like for me, I didn't know what I wanted when I started the journal. So you can add, and if you maybe have some scrapbook papers kind of laying around and you want, or not just scrapbook papers, but even printables laying around and you want to do something with this, you can add this to your album. You can add on to it. That's basically what I'm saying. So for that piece right there, it is just a little 3x5 paper right here. So I'm just taking this little scrap, and this is just little scraps on my desk from cutting all these papers up. And I'm basically going to attach this on. And what I'm going to do is just, goodness, if I can get up there, I am just going to score it at about 1/4 inch right there. So just a little 1/4 inch so I can have that fold. And then we can attach it on that way. So of course, yes, we could have extended our paper, but this is just a good way to add things on. And you could even like corner around this or whatever, but I'm just going to go ahead and, you know what, I should have put my washi tape on before I did this, but so I've got my little flap down and I'm going to put that on right here, the edge. So you have that, and you'll see inside, that's kind of why I added that little thing, so you can't see that I added this page on. And again, you can make this a pocket if you want to, but obviously for mine, I'm just kind of keeping it with my washi tape. And I think I just cut just enough for all this. So I'm going to add this on here just to finish this pretty page off. You could even, I guess, probably go up this way if you want. I should do that just so I don't waste it, but let me see, what did I do here? Sure, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I didn't do it on the other one, but because I don't want to waste this tape, and then I can just cover that up with you guys and see how we can fix that. So that's that, and that page looks adorable already. And I'm just going to break some of that white up. Again, if you have stained your paper already or whatever you're using, that is going to save you some time. All right, so let's just kind of get rid of this. So I'm going to find some more paper here. Maybe we can use the pretty, like something like this over here. Let's pick that up. I don't know, sometimes you just really got to keep ripping it. So we can put that in here. And just find a sticker or a die and just kind of cover that little piece up right there. You can see I have a, from last time, my nail polish rubbed off, which you can see it's already rubbing off. And let's see, where's that sticker? The one with the flowers. Is this it? This is it. It has all these different scenes. Maybe we could use something like this to kind of cover that part up. So you don't even know it's there, right? And I did stain this a bit. So anyway, that's what I did. I kind of wish I didn't tear that top piece up so much. I almost want to fix it with like maybe a little scrap. So I have all these here. I think that'll look a lot better because I just don't like how that top piece looks. So you can always keep going and fixing it. And then it's just kind of there. So let me see, I've got some of these little wording things. Maybe I can fix it with this. I'm glad I have some of this stuff in reach with my stuff. So at this point, you're just collaging a bit. And then this needs to be covered up too, right? So what can we do with that? I'm looking on my desk right now to see what is going to fix that. I guess we could do, I guess, more paper. Let me see what I got going on over here. Some of these are a little loud, so I don't know. Actually, I could use maybe the bottom of this. I don't know. Let me see how this looks. Let me tear this up a little bit. And see if I can fix this. It feels too disconnected. I think I'll do that and then try to cover it with a sticker. I'm used to everything being exact, so this is a lot of thought process for me. But I mean, it's kind of blending in, right? I'm not crazy about it, but I'm gonna use a little sticker. Oh, there it is. I want to use this one again. I feel like this one's saving the page. All right, and oh, this one's pretty. I'm gonna try this one. Sorry, my peeling is not clean. I know some people use like those pretty tweezers and we just don't fit together well. Those tweezers and I. Okay, that just did not do it. Oh, okay, I guess I'm stuck here, guys. Sorry. Because it's not coming off. I think I had a little bit of glue on there. That's all right. I don't know. I'll fix this somehow. I'll show you when I get off camera so I can play with it. I don't want to keep you guys here just watching me try and do that. But over here, I don't mind adding more gold. I'm going to add more gold over here because I'm feeling like I need some gold. Let's see if it will look good. You can't ever mess up when you put gold, right? It just makes more of the page. Wow. So, okay. So I did a couple of these. I did not expect to take this long doing that. But anyway, I'm going to fill up the rest of this in a part 2 and hope you guys got inspired with this. I think it came out pretty cute. So, if you guys like this, let me know. It's definitely outside my comfort zone, but hope you guys enjoyed this one. All right, guys. Thanks so much.